So welcome to my little corner of the internet. Today I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel, my first ever series, which is going to be about comparing The Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, and Sims 4 in different popular expansion pack themes. Today's theme is going to be vacation. And this first part you're going to be seeing now is the build part. I'm going to be making a cast part and a gameplay part later on, so be on the lookout for when that comes. So to start off with, we're going to start off with the Sims 1. And the Sims 1's vacation build mode is in 3 separate themes, and it's the snowy cabin and wooden cabin vibe and beach motel. And the snowy vibe, I think, has a lot of nice stuff. The bed, especially, I feel really fits into it. I do think that the side table and the bed doesn't really work together, but the sofa and sofa table and side table does match each other very well. Also, the cabinets for like a kitchen also looks really wooden style and fits great with aesthetics. I still do think that there's some items that I wish would be here to like complete a house with all of like the cabinet cozy vibes in like a snowy. I do think that it's great that there's a lot of outdoor activities for the snowy part of build mode, like the igloo, the skates, the skateboard ramp, and like the slide for snow, and like being able to throw snowballs. And also the trees fits perfectly with aesthetics. And there, like, some items does get covered by snow in this part of the area, but not every single item. Like, for example, the base game trees doesn't fit in. So it's like a little, I wish they would have converted like all items to have a snow themed version. The wooden cabin vibes just is like they are lacking, but there is some camping items, I guess, to make up for it. But there's not a lot of stuff, which is really sad because it makes this theme just not possible to build out fully without using base game items. And when you're buying an expansion pack, especially, I do think you should be able to make a full build with a bathroom, a bedroom, and activities for a family. But there's just not enough for the wooden part. But there is a dart wall that you can throw darts on, which is really cool, and I like it. There's also archery and fishing, which fits the aesthetic of like a wooden cabin vibes. But yeah, the trees in vacation expansion pack is really nice looking compared to the base game ones, but also like there's not enough outdoor items for this aesthetic. I wish there was like more bushes and stuff to like fill out like a wood. And the beach items are like, I like the outdoor and activities items, but the indoor items are just not that nice. There's like a bed, some outdoor chairs, but there's like nothing really, like there's no kitchen items, there is a shower, but that's not enough to make a whole build without a base game. The aesthetic isn't like fully built out and hasn't gone to the full potential. I do think that the items that is there are really nice, but there's just not enough to complete this aesthetic, which is really sad because I like these three different themes of aesthetics. They just aren't currently made, so they just doesn't fit with each other. So it's like half half. I think it's great, but at the same time, not, because there's just not enough stuff. But this is because they're pulling themselves a lot thin with three different themes in expansion pack for The Sims 1, whereas there's in general not a lot of items to choose between in expansion packs. The Sims 2 comes with three aesthetics again, and it's a wooden cabinet slash camping, and a tropical theme, and an Asian theme. The wooden cabinet theme, I think the walls and floorings are really nice. I wish there was like more wooden, more rough looking floors in this expansion pack. Like in, I think it's Free Time that had one that is like gray and a little bit dirty looking. And I do think that the build aspect of the wooden cabinet works really well. There's both some nice like fences, there's good doors and archways, windows. There's a lot of like tall pine trees, which also works really good with the aesthetic. The indoor items are missing, lacking real big, and those that are there are like basic. I would say like basic. They fit with both the tropical and the non-tropical, the wooden cabinet. Then I think they're too basic. But both of the tropical are really nice. I think they fit the aesthetic perfectly. There's like a hut vibe in there, and also like a modern hotel tropical style. But there's no furniture really to back it up, as long as you don't own the Seasons expansion packs, which came with some bamboo stuff. But in just the Bonnie Raj expansion pack, there's just not enough to complete the hot vibes, which is really sad. And there's also not enough items to really make a good-looking hotel with base game. There's a lot of really, really nice gameplay objects like spa, masseuse, I think is more, and sauna, and some nice rugs, but there's not enough indoor items that are like typical tropical. There's just hotel basics. There is a hammock that is tropical themed, the only one that has a tree that is tropical themed, but that's like, yeah, that is something, but there's just not enough. I want more indoor items that fits with this aesthetics. But in comparison with the Asian, I think the Asian is really nice. They have matched the floorings with the three walls, which is just amazing in my opinion when comparing it to The Sims 4, where they don't do that, because they have done both for the tree wood walls and for those panels. I am a little bit sad it's not like in I think it's House Flipper that there's like a flooring that is a special mat. In The Sims 2, there are some mats that you can place like that, but there's no floor that you can just drag out. It would make it easier, but I'm still appreciating that it's there. I feel like the outside of this pack is really great when it comes to the Asian stuff, due to it being a Japanese garden, some columns, really nice doors and windows. The door is just so detailed. I still feel the same problem like with the others. It's not enough indoor stuff. Like there's no bed to fit with the Asian aesthetic. There's just none. There is a really nice authentic Japanese style dining situation, but there's no bathroom, no bedroom stuff. Like there's nothing of that. In The Sims 3, you got the French style, the I think it's Chinese and Egypt, which both of them are good, but there's not enough indoor stuff. Like both this, like all the collection for vacation so far has just had a lot of like meh between them. Not a lot of indoor or outdoor stuff. But in The Sims 3, at least, we have a lot of nice architecture stuff, which makes up for the lack of indoor stuff a little bit. And also because of the create a style tool, it's a lot easier to create stuff that looks Egypt or, for example, Chinese. So it makes up for it. But the French stuff is just lacking. There is nothing good there. I could literally just skip this expansion pack and still make a pretty good looking French house without this pack. It's like fancy stuff, but not anything like really outstanding. The Chinese theme, I wish there was more wallpapers. There's one, and there's no floors. There's just none. There are a lot of nice windows for the Chinese theme, but there's not a lot of nice doors. There's just two. There's a lot of nice architecture stuff that I think fits well into the theme, but there's not enough indoor items. But actually, with the Chinese ones, there's actually kind of like a okay amount. There's actually stuff that you can make a full coherent build with. There's still no toilets, Japanese toilets, or I mean Chinese toilets, and there's no like dining table, which is weird. There's a dining chair, but no dining table. There's a lot of nice outer plants at least. Egypt is the best theme part of this expansion pack. It feels like we blew the budget on the Egypt stuff. They look really nice. There's a lack of indoor stuff again, but there's just so much architectural stuff for the pyramids and making homes that I think it makes up by itself. There is a bed and dining chairs like for the Chinese. And this it's really great with this expansion pack is that it actually differentiates the different aesthetics, unlike The Sims 2, where they were like mushed together. And that's in part to there being a lot more items, which I feel is great. There's a lot of good chairs and seatings, but there's still not enough indoors. But I think we definitely made a step out compared to The Sims 2 so far. And also The Sims 4 Outdoor Retreat. Do we even need to say more? It's like not even comparable to other ones. It's really bad. The stuff that is there is not nice. I don't like any of the exterior stuff, and there's like just two wallpapers on one flooring. What? This is 200 SEK for what? Nothing pretty much. And it's the first pack for The Sims 4, first game pack ever. And it really shows that EA didn't know what they were doing, because there's like nothing here. The main part of this is to go camping, but there's like not enough camping stuff. And there's some indoor bedding stuff, but they are just not very nice. I don't like them. I think they look clunky. They look really 2015 The Sims 4 style, which I don't like. If you like it, it's fine, I guess, but I don't like it. I feel like the wooden cutout furniture looks really unpleasant. I don't think you can make a good wooden cabin because you're missing so much exterior stuff, and some of the items just doesn't make sense. And there's at least some different tents this time around, but there's just not enough gameplay items to make like an outdoor retreat style house that is fun to play with, in my opinion. It just feels like there's stuff there, but it doesn't really mean anything. And later, when I'm gonna compare it to when we go to Adventure Wait, you're gonna really see how much better they made it later on. But Jungle Adventure is a lot better than adventure weights. I mean, outdoor retreats. It comes with a lot of nice exterior stuff and interior stuff for once. This is like the first vacation pack that actually comes with nice interior stuff and exterior stuff. But this is its own expansion game pack more, so it is warranted, to be real. I really like the stuff that is the exterior stuff. They look really nice with each other. Like one window doesn't fit in, but it's mostly for the temples, so it's fine. The foliage, the plants looks amazing. I think they really made a nice bunch of looking of plants. There's still not enough. I wish there was more, but it is a game pack, so I guess it's fine. There's also some pond stuff. Before ponds existed, there were just pools. But the indoor items I don't like that much. They look too modern to fit in with the exterior stuff. I think that if you're not building in like with the Jungle Adventure exterior stuff, it will be really nice to have, but it just doesn't fit in with the exterior aesthetic, which is really sad, being one of the only destination packs so far that actually has both enough outdoor as indoor stuff. And I think also that a part of that is just EA added time. But I still think that if you separate them as being different, I think they're really nice. But yeah, there's still a disconnect between them that I wish wasn't there, but well, I can't complain too much. And then we got Adventure Awaits. It's the newest expansion pack that comes with a destination type world. And I think the build stuff is really nice. The exterior stuff is really nice. It's really a mix between modern cabin and like old school. And the whole theme of the world fits extremely well with the pack's stuff. I do think there's a missing amount of plants, like with no good plants to like fit the New Zealand type world. The objects are nice, but you can't really make a full house. Again, it just doesn't work. Like a game pack was able to do it, but expansion pack can't. Like where the frick is the toilet for the set, or where was the curtains, the middle piece of the curtains at launch? There's also just there's some new gameplay objects, but not that many. Diving boards, we already had diving boards before. Now we just have normal ones for once. Kayaks are new, which are really nice, but it's just an animation, and you can't really do anything fun with them, so I guess it's... The slides, it took you 11 years to add slides to the game. It's whatever. I do think the stuff is nice, but like I said, you can't do a full build with it. You can do a real nice gym though, but I wish EA would just test to build a build with this expansion pack, and especially compared to other ones. This is one expansion pack that's supposed to have cabin and stuff. Then it should be a complete set, right? But no, it is not. The Sims 1 will be receiving a score of 7 out of 10. I think the distinction was really good. There just wasn't enough of exterior and interior to deserve a 10 out of 10 or even higher. The only reason why it's so high is because it came with so much gameplay objects. Like, it's crazy how many there were. The Sims 2 Bon Voyage will receive a score of 6 out of 10. I think the distinction between the different styles weren't that great. Like the Asian Japanese style was extremely good, but the wooden cabin and tropical style just mixed with each other, and there just wasn't a lot in there. The reason why it's even this high is because of there is a lot of new gameplay items not seen in vacation stuff from The Sims 1, and that the Asian stuff just is really nice. They're really good themed and everything. The Sims 3 will be getting a score of 8 out of 10. My reasoning being that the architecture is just really good. There is a lack of French stuff, but for both Egypt and the Chinese, I think there's a lot of great both build and buy. There's still a missing department in the buy mode, but I think it's a lot better than The Sims 1 and 2 because it just comes with so much unique stuff that is actually separated. And I feel like there's enough to make a good build, and with the Create tool, it's gonna make it even easier. The Sims 4 will be receiving 3 out of 10. And this is because I needed to jumble all of the expansion packs together to make this a fair comparison. And the build modes aren't that great in The Sims 4. The Sims 4 Adventure Await is definitely the best build mode out of a bunch, but because it's jumbled together with both Jungle Adventure and Auto Retreat, it gets lower to a 3. And Auto Retreat is just not a good build mode. I would give it a 0 out of 10. Jungle Adventure is a great exterior build mode, but the exterior and interior doesn't match really well. It's like oil and water. One is modern and one is more rustic. And the Adventure Way just feels like there's missing stuff. You need other expansion packs to complete it. That really doesn't feel like great. Also, it is an expansion pack, so I'm putting it to a higher standard than all the other ones, because it's its own thing. The other ones were separated in 3 styles in one expansion pack. This is one expansion pack with one style.